Hello, and welcome to Travel Tip Tuesday at 2, where every week a Wild Spirit traveler shares an important travel smart strategy. And yes, today is Wednesday. Well, let's just say yesterday we had some technical difficulties. It happens. I am Dan, and my tip today is from our soon-to-be-released book, Before You Go Abroad Handbook. In this book are over 127 different tips and tools for international travel. And here's just one of them. It's about driving in foreign countries. There are many things to consider before you rent a car, like what side of the road do they drive on? What do the signs look like in foreign languages? And what kind of auto insurance should you consider? Well, today's tip is going to be on, take your driver's license with you even if you don't plan on driving. Why? Because you never know when you may need to. Now, let me give you an example of what I mean. Shyla and I, we were in northern Thailand, and Shyla really wanted to go to Pai. It was a small village up in the mountains, and I wanted to stay longer in the larger city, Chiang Mai. Neither of us needed or wanted to drive a car, as we like to take public transport when we travel. So off went Shyla for a couple days in solitude in the mountain air, and then she got dengue fever. And yes, she was very, very sick. Now that's a whole nother story. But here I was in Chiang Mai. And when I found out that it was a Friday evening when I found out, it turned out that it also happened to be a religious holiday weekend with no bus service to Pai until Monday. So all of a sudden, I couldn't rely on public transport. There were no buses, there were no trains, and as Pai was a 6-hour car journey each way, taking a taxi was not an option either. But because I had my driver's license with me, I could rent a car immediately and drive the 6 hours to go get Shyla. Now, if I did not have my driver's license with me, I would not have been able to rent the car. So in our classes, I challenge our students to think about this. I ask the question, what if your spouse or travel partner, who usually does all the driving, all of a sudden couldn't? So if you have your driver's license with you, you have options. Leaving your driver's license at home could limit your options in an emergency. Now, do you have a tip like this that you'd like to share? Well, our Facebook group called Wild Spirit Travelers is the place to share. I'd love to hear you post your tips. And next week, remember to tune in to Travel Tip Tuesday at 2 by Wild Spirit Travelers. Happy travels!